Hi, thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about surviving the Walt Disney World parks at Christmas.
I'm Christina. I'm a traveler, a planner, and most importantly, a mom. I'm sharing my best tips to make traveling as a family a little less stressful. So put down your phone, pack your bags, and let's showcase the world.
So you are so excited, you booked your trip for Christmas, and when you started sharing the information and started researching, all you saw was people telling you not to go at Christmas. I could not disagree with that more. Yes, it is the most crowded week at Walt Disney World, but that doesn't mean you still can't have a wonderful time. It is the most crowded, but it's also the most magical. There is really something special about being in Walt Disney World with your family for Christmas week. So it's important to know that you should not try to do everything. If this is a once-in-a-lifetime trip for you, then maybe you want to consider pushing it to another time. But if you go every few years and you know what you like and what you don't like, or you plan on going back and this is just a teaser for you, then don't let everyone discourage you. Even if it is a once-lifetime trip, you can definitely have a wonderful time. You just will not be able to accomplish as much as you would another time of the year. You can go during December and do some of the magical holiday things that Disney puts on, but it's not the same as going Christmas week. I think that everybody should go Christmas week at least once. You can go to the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. It's not the same as seeing the parade come down the street during the daytime. So during Christmas week, it happens, the Christmas parade and the Christmas fireworks happen every day. The parade happens at noon and 3, and you can see those toy soldiers coming down Main Street, and it is magical. It just brings you back to being a kid and watching the Christmas parade on Christmas morning. At least brings me back to that time. But there's so much to be said for that joy, and it definitely brings a tear to my eye. I'm not going to lie. I was crying when we went for Christmas week a few years ago. We'd been for the Christmas season before, but not Christmas week, and it was absolutely incredible. But I want to make sure that you are crying tears of joy and nostalgia and not tears of frustration. So make sure if you are planning a Disney Christmas trip that you are booking early, because the availability will be limited. You might not get the resort you want. You might not get the pricing you want, because even if there is availability, as things fill up, it becomes more and more expensive. We looked at booking our Christmas week trip probably about 6 months in advance, and found everything, all the places we wanted to stay were completely booked. So we ended up staying off-site. It was wonderful. We stayed at Bonnet Creek, one of the Bonnet Creek resorts. We stayed at the Wyndham, and it was wonderful, but we would have much rather been at the Wilderness Lodge. There just wasn't any availability, even booking 6 months out. So book early, and you'll get the best price and the best availability. Make your dining reservations early. That same thing, you know, that availability is limited, so make sure you're making that dining early. Be flexible in terms of timing. If you're going Christmas week, I think the best way to approach it is to make a late lunch, early dinner reservation, so you're not eating at the same time as everyone else, so you can get a better reservation time. It also allows you to get out of the park while everybody else is in there and take a break from the crowds. So that early afternoon is a perfect time to have a big meal, you know, snack throughout the day. There's plenty of fun holiday treats around the park, and then have your one big meal between like 2 and 5. And a great thing to do would be to have it at a resort nearby your park. See the holiday decorations at some of the resorts that you're not staying at. So that's a wonderful, wonderful way to spend the afternoon and get away from the parks. It's also a good week to utilize the dessert parties and dining packages. So because it is so crowded, it is going to be a little bit harder to find a spot for those shows and fireworks that everybody wants to see. You don't want to be spending a ton of your time trying to get a good spot and staking it out for it just to get crowded, and you're going to lose your spot anyway. So those dessert parties are really a good value this time of year. Sometimes they're a good value depending on the dessert party all year, but they're not always a great value. The Magic Kingdom fireworks, the value of it shoots through the roof. Definitely check out the dessert party, and then they have fun little holiday themed treats as well, and you have that reserved viewing. Another one that I would recommend is the candlelight processional dining package. If you are on the dining plan, then it's going to be the same amount of credits, so you might as well use the dining package and eat at one of the Epcot restaurants and guarantee you seating for one of the candlelight processionals. Depending on who the narrator is, the busier it is. Neil Patrick Harris always sells out. I've never seen him, but I'm gonna go see him this year and I'm so excited. But you can definitely see Edward James Olmos usually does that Christmas week, but it gets really crowded, so that's a great time to utilize it. You're on the dining plan. This would be a great time for the dining plan. Actually, you have that taken care of. It's not any additional cost. If you're not on the dining plan, pay the extra few dollars for that guaranteed seating. It's that time in line is worth the money. So along with those things, you also want to get to the parks early. early, like an hour before it opens. My brother looked at the itinerary for our Christmas week trip and he looked at me and went, why does 7 a.m. exist? Then we did Magic Kingdom. We got there an hour early. We started the attractions we got let in half an hour early, started the attractions. We rode all of our favorites. We had a nice breakfast at Be Our Guest. We watched the noon Christmas parade. Then we used our fast passes for a few of the attractions after the parade, and we had done everything we wanted to do by 2 o'clock. We had walked on to Pirates with maybe a 5-minute wait earlier that morning, and by the time we were leaving, it was almost 75 minutes. And we looked at my brother, we looked at the wait time, and we said, Greg, that's why 7 a.m. exists. So super, super, super important to get there early. You're taking that midday break, getting to your dining, or you know what, go back to the hotel, get out of the parks, relax, spend time together as a family, take a nap, watch a football game, just get in the morning, take a break, don't try to do it all, you're not going to get to do everything, and then, or you have your booked dining there as well, and then go back for the fireworks, and that's it. And then if the crowds have died down, maybe write a few things after fireworks. One of the great things about Christmas week is park hours are extended to accommodate the crowds, so you're going to have really, really long park hours, so you can go in the morning, take your break, go to your resort dining, and then go back and write a few things at night. Another great idea is to plan a down day. You're going to need a break from all of those crowds and the hustle and bustle of the parks at the holidays. So planning a day in between where you just hang out at the resort, or you spend the day at Disney Springs, or you do more resort dining. Maybe you do a monorail crawl. You don't have to spend a ton of money. Just get, maybe an appetizer at the quick service at the Contemporary and your entree at the quick service at the Polynesian, and then your dessert over at Grand Floridian, and look at all of their decorations, sit and enjoy a cocktail or non-alcoholic specialty beverage while you're listening to the orchestra in the Grand Floridian, have a nice hot cup of cocoa in the lobby at the Wilderness Lodge. Great ways to spend a day away from the crowds. Disney Springs, I know I mentioned, but maybe you do a fun little Christmas swap with your family. You give your kids a few dollars and tell them to go pick out something for someone in your family, and then see what everyone gets each other. That could be a fun little thing to do in Disney Springs. There's also the tree trail there, and you can meet Santa Goofy. Santa isn't there after Christmas because, he needs a break, right? But Santa Goofy is there, and you can do all sorts of activities in Disney Springs. All sorts of dining is there as well. There's the additional holiday treats that you can try. So that is a fun way to spend a day outside of the parks. Go sit by the pool in the morning. The pools are heated at Walt Disney World. They're always 70-something degrees. So don't worry about it being too cold to enjoy the pool. Just sit by the big fireplace at the Wilderness Lodge. I love the Wilderness Lodge at Christmas. And enjoy time together as a family. It is good to have a plan. It is great to have a plan. You want to make sure that plan is flexible. You want to have your plan. You do the attractions you want to do, but know that things break down. You're going to spend longer waiting than you anticipated. Something is going to happen that is not going to go according to plan. So just make sure you are being flexible. Make sure your family has the same expectations set going in. If you're stuck in a line, make the best of it. Take out your cell phone and play Heads Up, which is an app by Ellen that a ton of people you'll see playing in line in the parks. Or play some sort of I Spy game or fun trivia game. I'm sure you can get a fun trivia game on your phone. It's those unplanned moments that end up being the most fun, I think. Those are the ones that you remember, laughing with your family, and enjoy it. So don't let the crowds get you down. Don't let the people on the internet tell you shouldn't go. Christmas is magical. I hope you have a wonderful time. If you are starting to think about going to Disney next Christmas, let's get that booked now. You can book your Disney package with only a $200 deposit. It's fully refundable up until 30 days before. So if you decide to not go, we can easily cancel more than we can find availability that doesn't exist. So I'd love to help you. Please schedule a vacation consultation below. If you liked this video, please let me know in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you all, and I hope that I have inspired you guys to explore the world together.
Need help planning your next family vacation? Visit us at showcasetheworld.com to request a quote or schedule a free vacation consultation. Want more great travel tips? You'll find those there too.